Guardians of Ragnarok. No, wait, hang on. Thor of the Galaxy? No, that's not right. Oh yeah, Thor Ragnarok. Let's talk.
Uncle Chunt.
Ahoy hoy, Uncle Chunt here. It's been a while since I've done a review or anything of any real substance on this channel, but life is a massive journey. More into that later. Also, excuse the audio. I haven't set up my filming area yet. I haven't been in this new place very long, so I haven't had a chance, all the extra finance to set it up again since moving. Anyway, without further ado, let's get into the review. Okay, so I saw Thor Ragnarok today. Basically, if you've seen the trailers, you've seen the film. End of video. Thanks for watching. Nah, but seriously, if you have seen the trailers and the little TV spots, you've essentially seen all the best of hits of this film. I must admit, coming out of the movie, I was whelmed. Wasn't underwhelmed or overwhelmed, but just whelmed. It's the same Marvel formula. I think they've noticed Guardians of the Galaxy was a massive hit, so they're really trying to make that the thing that people are seeming to be into. I think that's a disservice to their films and making them each individual experiences. I understand they're all in the same universe, that's fine, you can do that, but they should each have their individual personality. It just seems to be blurring the lines a bit now. So this does tie up some ends in Age of Ultron and what Thor's been doing, where he's been, how come he hasn't been interacting with people much. Like, that's good, without spoiling too much. It does tie up the trilogy of the Thor films, relatively nicely, and sets up for subsequent movies. My one takeaway is that I just wish that it had more of its own identity. It just seems to be very much a Guardians of the Galaxy movie with a Thor skin on top. I'm not trying to be overly negative. Like, I can see where that appeals to people and why people will like that. Even when I saw the first initial trailers, I went in a bit apprehensive. I didn't like what they were doing in making it, 80s vibe, and the whole soundtrack thing. And Guardians has already done that. That's its staple. We don't need every Marvel film doing that, and I do fear that's kind of what we're going to get moving forward. I understand they wanted to do something different with this Thor film to differentiate it from the other ones and give it some evolution, because the Dark World really wasn't that good. And the first Thor, I like it, but it was just average. So I guess they just wanted to kind of up the ante a bit with this one. Some of the spectacle is great. Like, some of the fights were awesome. I'm trying to not say too much here, but anyway, there are some key action sequences, let's just say that are cool, cool to watch. Some pretty epic stuff. But I just can't help coming back to the thing that I said just before about, if you've seen the trailers, you've seen essentially the film and the best parts of it. And I remember feeling that way when I watched the trailers. I was like, okay, ease up. Like, I kind of feel like I've seen the film already. I'll say it was cool to see more Hulk. I like how they're using Hulk more and more, getting around that Universal plot hole in contracts and whatnot, so they can't do a feature film, but they can use him as much as they like in other films. So Hulk is a bit of a key player in this film. I just have the same problem with Marvel films in general, where everything is a joke. No one seems to be taking the threat seriously. Like, this is Thor Ragnarok, the end of all things. Norse mythology, this epic battle of climactic proportions, but everyone was kind of, okay, it's just business as usual. Like, the stakes didn't feel like they were there. And like, Hela was cool, man. Like, she was pretty badass, but underutilized. She seemed to be the only one that was kind of really sinking her teeth into the role, Kate Blanchett that is, and giving it that evil kind of threat, whereas the other people around her were just like, okay, I guess this is happening. And then some portions of their shields are like that as well. You know, I don't know. It's just that's the kind of thing I have an issue with the Marvel films. They never really kind of go full bore into the threat and make it actually seem like it's looming and ever present. It just seems to be one of those business as usual days. Okay, this is happening. Let's just have some fun with it. You know, end of the world, people are dying. You know, potentially end of all things. Universe and the world's never going to be the same. But hey, if we can't have a good time along the way, what's the point, hey? I do hope in future Marvel films they try and go away from that. I can anticipate that they won't because their formula is working, like just a rinse repeat kind of thing. It's kind of getting a bit old for me now. I'm not kind of walking out of Marvel films like, oh my god, that was really cool anymore. I used to, but not going in the whole DC versus Marvel thing. But the thing that DC is doing is actually the stakes feel like they're there, and there's a good story and character stuff in there. It's no one's like just making fun of everything all the time. Like they're taking it seriously. Serious one can for a superhero film, but you know what I mean. Anyway, look, just for a really short review, there's not much I can say without spoiling some really key moments and stuff that you've seen in the trailer that you'd already know what happens. Like the movie's there if you piece it all together. There is another character, this big blue rock guy. He's pretty funny. I think his character will appeal more in an Australian environment rather than overseas. I don't think they'll quite understand or get that character and why he is the way he is and what that means in our culture. And yeah, I can't really say too much on that one. But yeah, he was a standout of the film. I have read a lot of some other Aussie reviewers like Alistair from NovaStream saying if you're an Aussie, you'll really appreciate a lot of these little bits and pieces that are in the film, but for people overseas, they might not get it as much. So there is that kind of muddying things a little bit. Yeah, look, I don't know. Look guys, I don't know. I sat here thinking about what I wanted to say on this film, and I'm still not sure what I want to say, other than just repeating myself, because it is what it is. It's the best Thor film, I guess. Thor and Friends. It's not a Thor film, it's Thor and Friends. I don't know. That's just something about the film just didn't click with me, and I knew it going in. I went in with an open mind. I've slept well. I'm not in a bad mood, but I just can't help. That's what I got out of the film. Now I like Guardians, the movies. They're good. They should be what they are, and this is too much of an imitation of Guardians, and I think that's a problem. That's going to be a problem for this film. It doesn't have quite its own identity. I think that's my main takeaway and what I'll leave you with on that one. Yeah, I mean, go see it. It's fun. If you've got a couple of hours to kill, you can go see some good action. Some witty dialogue. Yeah. Anyway, if you've seen the film, let me know in the comments below what you thought. If you like it, that's fine and cool. I'm glad that you really liked it. If you disagree with how I feel about the film, that's fine. That's the amazing thing about film. It's subjective. Everybody has their own opinion and ideals on film and what they experienced. So yeah. Thor Ragnarok, woohoo. Go see it. Toodaloos, guys.
Uncle Chunt.